I've had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president.
Welcome to Shrouded Realities. You're really aggressive with that button push right there.
I was mad at
you got some pent-up aggression going on today?
I do.
Okay.
It's just all in me today. Don't ask what it is.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Let's have some fun today.
Yeah.
Is this fun?
Yeah, let's talk about people's brains being blown out. That sounds awesome.
I mean, you know.
I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm joyous.
About magic bullets that I got really intrigued. I was like, this is David Blaine. What's going on here?
David Blaine.
I'm into it.
We're revisiting the JFK files because they were recently released, and we're going to talk about what we learned.
Got to try to ride that algorithm, you know.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's trending.
It's trending, so we gotta see where we can fall there.
We'll take that little trending button.
Yeah, that's right.
Get 3 views out of it. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yep. Hey, had an episode, dude, pretty decent recently. So speaking of algorithms, brought Jackson back. He his last episode he was on, it did really well.
That baby face just did
That
it.
Gen Alpha really brought it in.
I think it's just my aura coming in.
Your aura?
Yeah.
People could feel your aura through their television?
Yeah,
The algorithm picks up your aura.
You can feel that sigma
100%.
wave coming off of you.
I don't know about all that.
That sounds gross. I don't want to be feeling nobody's aura.
I don't know where to go with that.
I don't either. We just leave it.
Feel weird.
Just
We
leave it there.
Yeah.
Feel really
Let me
weird.
tell you who
right now.
did feel an aura?
Mhm.
JFK. Went straight through his head.
Too soon.
It's been 60 years. I don't think it's too soon.
Yeah, I think it was
soon.
it was a touch much.
I'm sure he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
He didn't feel it.
He didn't feel it.
He felt the first one.
Yeah, first one through the neck.
The magic bullet.
Right
He
through
felt that one.
right through the neck hole.
Yeah, supposedly. And it come through this way. It come through the backside somehow. And then poked a perfect little hole punch. Just went,
He probably thought he had like a muscle cramp or something.
Did the whole little nobody thing.
do what?
There's a scene in Nobody where old dude was fighting a bunch of Russian mafia
Mhm.
and beat up dude so bad where he couldn't breathe out of his nose. Like
Yeah.
cut him in the neck and stuck a straw in his.
So I can breathe.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a great movie, by the way.
That is a
It
good
really
movie.
It's super underrated.
Nobody talks about that one.
It's a
That's
super
good
underrated
movie,
movie.
though.
So we're putting it out there.
Yeah, everybody go watch that.
Go
We're
watch
sponsored by Nobody.
Nobody.
It's
See
true.
what I-
It's funny because it's true.
It's true.
We are sponsored by Nobody.
little double up there.
Little double entendre.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're using
What
that
is that
word
mean?
right.
I don't know. Emma, you're the
I don't
smart one
know.
of the group.
I'm not.
What? We brought you in here so you could solve all
smart.
this for us.
I'm historical, not
Be
literature.
smart.
Well, I mean, people use that word historically, so you should know.
It sounds like a burger from the UK.
It does. A double entendre.
With a Coke.
Yeah.
I'll take a double entendre with extra fries, please.
Oh man,
Oh, this got weird
It
quick.
did.
dude, we've started the last 2 episodes off weird.
Maybe
Last
that's-
week we were talking about, and I still firmly believe this: Ruby is a CIA
plan.
operative.
We didn't bring her.
Yeah, because we're going somewhere after this.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Poor
well,
Ruby.
she knows.
She
She's
knows.
Yeah.
she's got a tracker on you anyway, so it's fine.
You ever
She
seen the
knows
movie
where you're
Up?
at. Yeah.
Maybe she is
That kind of dog.
Maybe she's the microphone plant. The bullet in her leg is the
Wow,
Magic
you're just-
bullet.
yeah, I mean, there's the magic bullet
That's
right
the
there.
magic
It's in her
bullet.
leg.
The
It's
magic
in her
bullet
leg.
ended up in
She's
your
a
dog.
70-year-old dog
Yep.
with a magic bullet in her leg.
She was actually cloned a few times.
Yeah, that's why she fake limps.
Mhm.
It's to sell it.
I do want to clone her.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
We talked about how that's weird.
I don't know.
It's not going to be the same dog.
I know, but it'd be cool.
It's like the
She has all the negative traits.
It's like the hammer.
She's built like a rock.
Let's
you
get
want
to
to talk about what we're actually here to talk
Yeah,
about?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where we
JFK.
going?
What'd y'all learn?
Not much. There's some things. I mean,
Surprisingly, I was so excited for the JFK files to be released.
Mhm.
Then they were
Just
then they
so
were released, and it was just like, bah.
underwhelming.
well,
All
Who
the
cares?
theories are right. That's it.
what
that's
all the
all-
theories are right.
Yeah, that's
All
How
of-
does that
all
work?
of-
Yeah.
Lyndon B. Johnson did it.
CIA,
Then the CIA did
They
it.
all took their turns.
Cubans.
The Cubans did it.
And
Maybe that's what it
an
is.
Israeli Cuban and the CIA helped LBJ kill JFK.
That's a mouthful.
It
I couldn't have said all that clearly. That's really good.
And I almost 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Golly.
I think
So-
all of that.
I do think that everybody now believes that there was more than one shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know of anybody that's like, no, I'm pretty sold out. There's only one dude doing that.
Yeah. Except for AI. AI thinks there was one dude.
Well, AI
doesn't have eyes and
doesn't.
ears.
not yet.
Or common sense.
It does have ears. Not not physical ears, but
Yeah.
yes, it does have ears.
Yeah, I punched in who killed JFK. And of course, it goes on to the Warren Commission and the CIA, but maybe didn't do it, and the Cuban government. And
Supposedly, and I was watching just some people that have been talking about it. If you put all of the newly released JFK files in, that the CIA is moderate. They are like number 2 of possibility to have killed JFK.
Yep.
Rogue CIA. Now,
So-
not like, your run-of-the-mill dude that's pushing paper, but
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
that's what I
rogue
come to.
CIA.
Like it was a sect of CIA, not the whole entire
I mean,
organization. Obviously,
the CIA is 3 letters, but I mean, that spans the entire world.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Now, I think it has more to do with other people than the CIA. Because he defected to Soviet Union after he got discharged from
Which the
Marines.
CIA know about.
hmm And he married a
you talking
Soviet.
about Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yes. He married a Soviet pharmacist from Soviet Union.
Which the CIA knew about.
Mhm.
Was she hot?
I just had the same thought.
It's
Was
every-
she cute?
Yeah.
And
She a cute little Soviet.
I don't think
Wore
I've seen a
red
picture
all
of
the
her.
time.
Yeah,
Let's see. I'm going to punch that in. Lee Harvey Oswald's wife.
it's probably some just some ogre.
She- I don't know. He was pretty goofy looking. So,
Yeah, he
I mean,
was.
If he pulled a good one, I'd be surprised. Not bad. Hey,
But she's
CIA
probably a
operative.
plant, honestly.
CIA op.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Giving her the magic. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
ah,
All right.
that's gonna be the running one this,
Yeah.
this episode, right?
Yep.
Okay, just calling it. All right, but you were saying,
But
okay, so he went
Y'all
to Soviet Union.
I'm looking at Lee
married a
Harvey Oswald's
Soviet-
wife over here. Y'all carry on.
No,
Y'all do y'all's thing.
I think someone who was neutral between both American and Soviet planned the whole thing.
You think it was a Soviet?
I think it
Situation.
was an in-between situation.
You think both parties were gonna benefit from
Because
this guy?
JFK was the one that talked down the Cuban Missile Crisis. And he was also one to back down a lot of Soviet, Soviet missions. My theory is someone from both Soviet Russia and CIA both got together and planned this whole assassination.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's just where I think. Right? Like it was a both party type deal.
I think the Soviets are pretty low on my list.
Yeah,
I
aren't they
think the
like
Soviets
trying
are
to
really
tell
low on
the?
my list.
But I don't think they're clean on it either.
Well, the Soviets are not clean on much of anything.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm sure that
Weren't they,
they're like,
weren't they trying to tell the U.S. government like, "Hey, something's about to happen"?
yeah, I
do
think
something.
I think that they were the ones kind of calling this out.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Where this guy's over here, we need to like wrap this up.
I heard the other day that this was not the first attempt on JFK. That he went to a baseball game or something, and there was attempts there.
Yeah,
So this wasn't the first time that it had
put a
happened.
poison in this chili dog.
But how do all these people know, or how did people know where he was going to be every single time? Probably people that are a little bit close to him might have this information. Just
Little Marilyn Monroe is like, "Hey,
hey, it could be.
hey, no one talks about her. What is her?
Happy,
is-
happy birthday, Mr. President.
yeah, there's a cyanide cupcake.
We don't know what she was doing. Well, we do know what she was
Oh,
doing, but
yeah.
anyway, we'll move on from that.
Easy.
But I mean, to me, the Russians who also pushed Harvey out, and they're like, no, you're not coming here. You're not defecting here.
Yeah,
They also said that he was a horrible shot. The Russians did,
Mhm.
which is interesting. They said they're like, yeah, this dude's a horrible shot. He's probably not gonna be able to handle
I mean, you can
that.
see the guy's head. I mean, it's a little lopsided. He's
It
looking
is.
at. He's probably looking through it.
He's having to adjust for his head weight a little
Yeah.
bit, like. But yeah, I would throw them a little lower personally.
Who do you think, Connor?
I think. I mean, it's obvious that JFK wanted all these organizations deep within the government disbanded. And there are people that were going to face consequences for that. I think a small sect of the CIA, obviously, because he was going to break it up. He's going to get rid of that power that they had
And he did.
unconstitutionally.
He did in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't just, when you get used to that kind of power, you don't let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you have power above the president, like we found out with, what was his name? He was in the office for like 40-something years.
Hoover.
Yeah, they said that he
was a solid guy.
He said he had more power than the freaking president.
Yeah.
So, like, that doesn't just get stripped
I
of
think
you.
he said he had more power than God.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you just want to go into kind of what JFK and the CIA in general,
yeah,
they didn't get along at all.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there was the Bay of Pigs that had happened 2 years before he was assassinated.
Yep.
Then he goes and he fires Dulles right after that. He disbands this International Cooperation Administration. Y'all know anything about that?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to tie this to current times a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
So the International Cooperation Administration, which is just a whole lot of words that you just went.
I like how you sit really smart right now. You're like,
you like that?
I've got smart things
Hey,
to say.
I've got big words that I'm going to say out loud. Everybody should pay attention to this.
Double entendre.
Yeah, there it is. we've already passed that one.
Yeah.
But they use something called the Shield. Never heard of this before in my life.
Marvel movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
say the Marvel.
Marvel
bad guys?
might actually have something that they may have been pulling from this a little bit. Yeah. But so that was the financial arm of the CIA. We also have another financial arm of the CIA today that everybody just seems to be really pissed off about that we're digging into. But he said no more of this international cooperation thing. Like, no, we're not doing this anymore. You're funding all across the world to have little Americas everywhere. He's like, we're not doing that.
JFK said no more.
Yeah, he said no more of it. Well, after that, this was during the Cold War, all of that. After that, let me back up. Once he disbanded that, there was another thing that happened. The USAID was made right after that.
They've been around that long?
Yeah. Right after he disbanded that, USAID popped up right afterwards.
Did they pop up after his assassination or?
Yes. Yeah. So he disbanded the Shield, which was the financial arm of the CIA. And then he said, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to start this other one now. And I think it's interesting that Trump has been almost assassinated a few times. And what has he been digging into?
What did I just write down, Jackson?
JFK is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Or equals Donald Trump.
So to me, you start digging in the financial arm of the CIA, you might want to watch your head.
Yeah.
And
about
an ear length off on one of them lately.
That's why I think it's important to talk about this.
It is. I mean, we've already covered some of these things. I've found more just from today from the new stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like he just like ticked everyone off. Talking about JFK now. He's ticked everyone off. He's got the CIA mad at him. He's got his vice president mad at him. He's got
the mob mad at
him. He's got Cuba mad at him. He's got Russia mad at him. He's got everybody mad at him.
Yep.
My personal opinion is they all did it. All right. You've got all these different high-powered people involved in this one single person, this one president, this one leader that's holding every one of them back and about to blow up their little world they live in. They all have motivation for him not to be there.
Even if they didn't pull the trigger, they are somewhat complicit still.
Putting pieces in place.
Yeah.
Yes, putting people in place where they need to be, working together where they usually wouldn't, because they all have a common goal to preserve their self-interest by taking him out. So they all kind of work together and said, let's make this happen. And then now you got all these different people that would be and could be, what do you say, suspects. So it makes it easy for none of them to get blamed.
Yeah. So then it's really easy. And if you look at who the Warren Commission was made up of, it was a lot of the people that would be really mad at
Dulles?
JFK to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
It
About the
was-
guy that just got fired by JFK?
Dulles? Yeah.
The
Why was Dulles involved at all?
he I also learned he was part of MK Ultra.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was during that time
Mhm.
frame. Yeah, he was all in that time frame. The 60s for the CIA was awful.
60s for America feel awful.
Yeah. I mean, you've got MK Ultra going on. You've got
JFK.
Operation Mockingbird going
Mhm.
on. JFK. We're in the height of a Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is not
You're
one
telling,
good...
you're telling kids they can hide under their desk when a nuke goes off.
Yeah,
Just-
That'll help.
yep.
You know what?
Just get under your desk. This plywood
Yeah.
is going to get you.
Just stick your head between your knees and kiss your butt goodbye.
That's all you can do.
do.
Yeah.
You know that's why they do that in airplanes.
What's that?
The stick your head in between your legs whenever you're going down.
So you can kiss your butt goodbye.
Pretty much, because you can't stop what's
Yeah.
about to come next. You're not going to stay safe.
Like,
Well,
in this
I
position,
think-
your spine will
I was
collapse
about to
faster.
say, in this way, you won't feel it when you hit, because your spine's going to be coming out your butt.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of this is about to get real nerdy real quick. I'm
Do it.
really into Star Wars.
Nerd alert.
There's kind of an analogy there that kind of lines up with this whole thing. So in the first 3 movies, there was a war between Separatists and Republic. The Republic was an alliance of a bunch of different planets, and Separatists were people who were trying to leave that alliance. And then there was the Sith who wanted to destroy all of it. So I think there's a whole conspiracy between both sides to destroy everything.
Mhm.
This is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Do you
Soviet
think-
fell.
Yep.
America as we knew it isn't the same.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get at.
I think your nerdism just broke our brains.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't.
So who is Jar Jar Banks?
He's Jake.
The real question is who is Jar Jar Binks in this?
Jar Jar Binks
Fauci.
is LBJ.
He is a,
He's
he's
LBJ.
Fauci. He's Fauci.
I see it.
I'm not going to try to do the voice because it's racist.
Misa give you
Sorry, you
jab.
can't say-
Misa, I give you jab.
Just that science.
Just the science. I am the science.
So is Jar Jar Binks, is he supposed to be an Asian caricature? What is he? What is his?
Wow,
The-
I didn't think that, but the fact that you said it is probably wrong.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't say it.
I'm just wondering because it's all based off something.
Wasn't there a thing back when it came out that it was like racially
I don't think it was racially. I think everybody just hated the character because
Yeah.
it was garbage.
stupid?
Yeah, I think I was just it.
The coolest theory about Jar Jar Binks is that he was actually a Sith Lord. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I've seen
Just to
that.
throw my nerd in there.
Mm.
Yeah, him as a Sith Lord.
That'd be hilarious.
They connect dots the whole way, and it's actually kind of possible.
Pretty solid.
Mm.
Yeah, everything that goes wrong, he did it on purpose.
He
Could cause
He's
problems.
just weaponized incompetence.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
it, confident.
He was actually part of Operation Mockingbird, and he was from within. He was trying to disrupt. That's what it was.
Interesting.
So I did ask AI, what were the big things that from this new release? What were the things that
Came
stood out? One, and I did find this pretty interesting. The CIA surveillance of Lee Harvey Oswald. Why did they know every single place that this dude had took a poop in the past 6 years, but they didn't know that this guy was up in a roof shooting at the president that
Yeah.
day? Like they knew, they really followed this guy close.
Mhm.
First of all, why?
Yeah.
Why? He's just some dude. I understand he went to the Soviet Union, and
Just
which I think that was set up.
What
My personal opinion is he was a setup regardless.
What if
He was Jar
he
Jar
was a
Binks
part
as a
of the
Sith.
mind
He
control?
he is Jar Jar Binks.
He's Jar Jar Binks. That's who he is. in
What
this
if he
story.
was a part of the mind control?
Well, that's part of it too.
Because he was a Marine. And the
Yeah.
Marines are direct, take orders directly from the executive branch. So, if it's really government funded, why wouldn't Dulles have something to do with that too?
Oh yeah, I think Dulles probably does have something to do with it.
Yeah, Dulles had a lot to do it,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Dulles, who was asked by Lyndon B. Johnson to be in the Warren Commission,
Yeah.
which we'll get into old Lyndon B. probably after break.
Yeah.
Oh,
And one thing I learned too about this is like the amount of stuff that got reversed as soon as he died.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like JFK had his agenda. He was changing things. He fired Dulles, and then as soon as he died, everything that he was trying to do got flipped.
Yep.
By his VP, which you would think would be politically aligned with him.
Mm.
Because he was a smarter Democrat.
A smarter Democrat, huh?
Who?
JFK.
I was about to say Lyndon B. Johnson.
No.
I don't think so.
He was a brainwashed Democrat.
Well, he's a Democrat. Anyway, we're being redundant.
Yep.
The next thing that AI said.
Okay.
Oswald's marksmanship was questioned. So the KGB documents suggest Oswald was considered a poor shot, which fuels skepticism about his ability to pull off the assassination alone. So the KGB was even like, you can't shoot.
He didn't do it.
Which, would the KGB have a reason to say something different? Yeah, they would. So,
Yeah.
but
I
this is
learned-
in the documents here. So,
I learned from the files too, watching Wendigoon's video about
Hey,
it.
that was a good video. I
Yeah.
watched it too.
The that Castro tried to replicate the whole thing. He was like, "No, there's no way, bro.
there's no way. Even Castro's like, nah.
Yeah.
nah, bro."
Which we couldn't even kill Castro. We had, what was it, Operation Mongoose?
Mhm.
And we were trying everything
Wasn't
that we
there like
could
over
to kill
100
that dude.
assassination attempts?
Oh yeah, it was
against
like
his
it was a
life?
stupid number, and we couldn't kill this dude. Like this guy,
The guy's a boat ride away from Florida. And we
Yeah.
can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
not even a long boat ride.
No, like people do it on rafts.
Yeah,
You can throw a baseball from Miami and hit him,
Yeah.
but we can't take him out.
we can't kill him.
Come on.
We've done all these other things. If only we had done Operation Northwoods, we'd have got him.
Dang
Yeah.
it. Or if Bay of Pigs would have been successful.
You're going to have to
Ah.
explain Operation Northwoods. I have no clue.
You don't know what Operation
No
North?
clue.
Oh, I can see you listen to us a lot.
Oh,
I can see
appreciate
you really.
appreciate you listening
Yeah,
to the last
thanks for,
episode before
showing
you
how much
got
you're
to-
really into Shroud of Realities.
This is awkward.
I don't have it queued up because we've talked about it before. After the break, we can get into Operation Northwoods.
Yeah.
I'll get it pulled up and we
I
can.
feel
we
like
can
it needs its
discuss
own
it.
episode too.
Yeah, that's a dark one, man.
So I'm thinking
Operation Northwoods to me was the smoking gun for so many things that has happened in our world.
Yeah.
It was just the one thing that I went, oh, okay.
the
so
fact
we,
it's even a thing.
the
Yeah.
fact that we would even discuss this as an option.
So here's a question for our listeners.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section. Would you want us to do an episode on Northwood?
Yeah.
And then follow it up with 9/11.
Mm.
We've been talking about doing 9/11.
It's almost like you're teasing what Northwood might be a little bit there too.
Mhm. I had that thought on the way in here. We've got to break down Northwood to get into 9/11. I think those two tie.
Yeah, because you can change one name.
Mhm.
You can change Cuba to another
Yeah.
country, and you just gotta come. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
So anyway, Northwood was a document that was released.
I'll
strangely-
find it. I'll find it. I honestly think we need to touch it again anyway.
Yeah.
We're not going to deep dive it because
Yeah.
none of us are prepared for a deep dive on
We
that.
semi deep dived it on our JFK Part 1
Man,
episode.
that was a tough one.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it on JFK Part 1 on a recent episode or a previous episode. But basically, it's a script framing Cuba, giving us a reason to take over and attack Cuba.
False flag attack.
There's
Ooh.
a bunch of false flag
Yeah.
attacks.
Interesting.
Going
Yeah.
back historically, we were one person away from it happening.
Yeah.
Bay of Pigs was kind
I
of.
think
that too.
LBJ, if LBJ's in,
Oh, he would have been like,
LBJ
get it done.
LBJ wins the primary. This is
Yeah.
different. We're
Well,
history's
Operation
different.
Northwood would have happened.
Would have
Cuba
happened.
would have been us
Yeah.
at that
Hmm.
point.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pull it up and we can dig into that one a little bit deeper.
Cuba would be South Florida.
All the nightclubs they would have
Would be
built there.
Miami,
You know,
Havana.
Yeah.
originally they kind of were. For a little
South
bit.
Florida.
Yeah, or part of the U.S.
Really?
We helped them rebel against the Spanish.
What year?
It was during the Spanish War.
Such a nerd.
Shut it. But they were very pro-American until communism became popular. And then it was like, let's put in a very big communist. But
Oh, Kami wearing red.
Yeah.
but they were very, very. They're kind of like the Philippines today.
Well, we were propping up a guy that got overthrown by Castro.
Mhm.
That was the big thing there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Castro's got aura. I don't know. He's got
Yeah.
charisma. I mean, who else smokes a cigar like that?
They call him old CC.
He's got Riz.
He's
He's
got
got
Riz.
Riz.
1898 was when Cuba transferred from Spanish to
Spanish?
their own, but U.S. helped
I was to say that was
helped,
kind of
helped them
during
get their
the
independence.
that was kind of during the whole American Empire expansionist ideal.
No, we're not an empire. We don't say that. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad for you
We're-
to say that we're an empire. We don't
We're
do
just
that.
we're just the
How dare
UN.
you.
Yeah, we are just the world.
we're United
Yeah.
Nations.
We are the world. We are the children.
The world police.
world.
We're the ones that make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Let's take a break while Steven looks up Operation Northwood.
The archives are being done.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the archives is where they. That's another thing.
You mean
Before
the
before we take
government
a break,
archives?
what was it? 60,000 documents released.
70.
70,000.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like that's kind of part of this. Like they made
Bury it.
so stinking
I was
complicated.
about to say, you sent me that link and I saw like 10,000 documents. I was like, I'm going to just do my
yeah,
own
we can't read
research.
that. Nobody can read that.
I'm just
That's
doing
why
my own
AI
research.
And
is
most of
doing
it's
most
just
of
like-
the lift.
Just like memos. Just like we had this conversation with this person. Next page.
Yeah. It is like buried. Like you're gonna have to find a needle in a haystack to find the
Well, and
smoking gun.
that's why we'll probably have to do a JFK Part 3 is because once somebody does
Part 4.
read,
This is part 3.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Numbers are numbers.
Yeah, numbers are just fake things. that we made
Numerology.
up. Yeah. Anyway, that's why we're gonna have to do a deal with this because who knows what they're gonna find in this 70,000 page doc. They've got more to release too, if I remember right. There's
Oh,
more that's gonna
gosh.
release
Are you
from
serious?
this. Yeah, this is not the only dump they're gonna take.
And
See ya.
do you really
just-
think you should take a dump? Do you think any of this is going to be like, yeah, I did it? You know what I mean? Like,
There will not be a
there's no
smoking
way.
gun in this.
That's why there's so many documents.
yeah,
They've been studying this for 60 years to just make it hard to find the information that we're trying to find and not say what we're trying to find.
Just for my
Yeah.
mental health, I'm just gonna follow the official story. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it
Just to
alone.
feel better about it, Lee Harvey did
Lee
it.
Harvey
Lee Harvey
He
did
was
it.
the guy.
He's the guy.
trust the government.
Jar Jar Binks pulled the trigger.
That's
That's right. It was Jar Jar the whole time. He was
Jar
a
Jar
Sith.
with the car 98.
ShroudedRealities.com. Go check it out. I didn't know where to go from Jar Jar Binks pulling the trigger, so I just had to throw in an ad.
We'll make an AI
It's a
video
good
of
spot
that.
to be.
Yeah.
We need to have a Jar Jar Binks on our website.
Kind of do, don't we?
You
He's
should-
flying in that little spaceship on the little.
What?
Yeah, he's he's an alien, so he's in the little spaceship on the
It
picture.
does not
You're
look
an
like
idiot.
Jar Jar Binks.
Hey, don't look like him because you can't see him because he's flying the ship.
Okay.
That's,
All right.
that's the ship that
Jar
he
Jar
flies.
Binks doesn't fly ships.
What y'all can say Jar Jar Binks killed JFK, but I
Don't
can't
be
talk about him
Joey,
being in a
quit being
spaceship.
ridiculous. Quit being ridiculous.
Put
Jar
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 Binks
Binks on
would
a
not
shirt.
be in a spaceship.
should put Jar Jar Binks on a shirt.
That
yeah,
would
let's
get
sued.
trademarked
Like
so
somebody
quick.
did,
Big
yeah.
time.
Lucas
but-
Arts would just
Big
straight up
collectors.
own us as individuals.
Disney would
Farts.
smash us
Yeah.
because they don't have any money because they just wasted all their money on Snow White.
That's the worst. Hey, the memes that are coming out of that.
Dude, love them.
You know what? This is the perfect time for AI.
Yeah.
We're-
Oh yeah.
In 10
It's at
years,
its peak right now.
in 10 years, we're going to look back and go, "Dang, this is
Dang.
the worst." But right now,
Yeah.
we're at like,
Remember back in 2025 when you could just make Snow White say and do whatever you want,
We're-
as whatever character you want.
we're in the funny
was the
video.
peak.
We're in the funny video era of the internet right now
That's
with
right.
AI.
Yeah.
We're in the E-bombs worlds.
Cat videos.
Yeah, the cat videos, cat seeing cucumbers, just the fun time.
Cat seeing cucumbers.
That's where we're
I
at.
forgot about cat seeing cucumbers.
That's where we are right now. But in 10 years, when we're all AI's
Why does
slaves,
a cat get so scared of cucumbers?
I don't know, but it
That
does.
was
Cracks you up,
hilarious.
You're looking so much into it.
Dude, it was hilarious, man.
It
I
was
laughed
funny.
so much about cats and
I
cucumbers.
remember you showing me videos when I was like 6 of cats getting scared of cucumbers.
See, it was funny. You remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that's a core
memory
core
for us
memory.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where we are. We're in the fun part, and
Yeah.
then in 10 years, when
It's
we're all
downhill from
slaves to when we're all slaves to AI.
So Terminator's going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a Patreon, and guess what? We're not going to do there. We're not going to make you a slave.
No.
We would never do that.
No, this is the voice of freedom.
That's right. That's what they call me.
These subjects right
They've
here.
always called me Freedom Man Steve. I don't know
that
if
was
you
your
knew
nickname
that.
in high
Yeah,
school.
back in high school, they were like, "Man,
He's so free.
that was my trademark. I was just you so free."
He's so free.
So I tell people. On Patreon, you can reach out to us.
Yep.
I'll say that. I'll give you my catchphrase. You so free. I'll tell you.
Thanks. That's a little cringy, by the way. Did want to give a shout out to our boys. Let's get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
They shouted
Decent
out.
boys.
We actually listened to their JFK episode.
We did.
They just
They're going to
released a
think
few
we're
weeks
copying
ago.
everything they do.
We might as well say we are. I know we're not,
We're not.
but we might as well say
yeah.
it just to fit the
Hey,
narrative.
we're copying y'all.
Yeah.
We're not,
We're
but
really
we
not.
are.
High tides raise all ships.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn it.
If you knew the context. If
I
only we could give it, but we
I
can't.
love
No.
inside jokes.
Yeah, love to be a part of one someday.
Be a part of it someday.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll tell you that story on the way. Maybe we'll tell the
Okay.
story on the show one day.
I don't know. It feels weird.
You don't think?
It feels weird.
I mean,
It
we can,
was
we
weird.
can, we can,
It was a weird deal.
It'd probably be like me explaining a meme to you, and you're just like, yeah.
I get it.
No, it could be explainable. It's just a thing. Anyway, let's move past it because
Yeah.
if we keep talking about it, everybody's, what are you talking
What
about?
are you-
I want to know. So
Maybe
Yeah.
we could tell our Patreon people.
we'll put it on a sticker.
We can put it on Patreon,
Yeah.
you think?
We'll put it on a sticker. I think that's what we'll do.
Sticker.
Yeah, we'll hide it in the sticker.
Gotta
We'll
find
put
it.
this person's face on it.
An Easter egg.
Just hit it.
Easter
Just
egg.
hidden.
Do like golden ticket.
Just
with
tucked
the-
in.
Gotta
If you
go
get the
to-
one with the person's face on it, then we'll give you 2 weeks of free Patreon.
There you go.
What a deal! Which if
I
you
just saved 50
which-
cents.
no, you didn't save anything because
Yeah.
right now we give away
Yeah.
Patreon for free too. There's free Patreon that you can get on,
There's some stuff that's free on
and you
Patreon. Yeah.
you can talk to us directly.
Yeah.
You can say, "Hey, I want to know about this thing," and we're gonna say, "Okay."
I
we'll
thought
let you
about
know."
releasing an episode on Patreon.
Why not?
What do you think about this one? This one will be a free episode on Patreon.
This one will be,
I think so.
Yeah.
Thought about doing the last
and
one.
don't release it anywhere else. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
So that way you can go on there, watch the episode, see if you like it.
Patreon exclusive.
Patreon exclusive.
Membership
Not exclusive. Not exclusive. We still gotta get this on YouTube.
Yeah, no, we don't have an option on that this go around.
Yeah.
we behind. We don't have the luxury of like, oh yeah, we've got so many episodes. Let's throw one out.
Yeah,
No,
we gotta
can't
catch
do
back
that
up. You know,
Yeah.
that's something we've been really good at.
We have.
We have released an episode every week since
almost a
since
year.
our inception.
Yep.
For almost a year.
We're on episode 46, 47 this week.
We gotta do something for 52. That's the 1 year anniversary of
Or
the show.
50. That would be a good round number.
Yeah,
That's not a year.
that's close enough.
Not close enough.
Just say there's
have
a
you
leap
ever
year,
seen ever
okay?
seen somebody celebrate
52.
52 episodes?
I mean,
I've never seen it, but you know what?
since when did we follow the norm?
You're right. You're right.
You know,
Yeah, I
that's
made
what
it.
this show's about.
It's not following the norms. That's right. We're not them people.
I don't care. Do what you want.
I feel like I hurt his feelings. I'm sorry.
Just a
I don't
little
care.
bit.
I don't care.
I don't care. You do it. You do
I
whatever.
just,
Yeah,
wanted to
dude.
have I just wanted to have a
He's just gonna
birthday.
go cry in the corner.
I got birthday trauma.
Do you?
Oh, jeez.
I really do. I really do. We'll get into that in another.
I don't know.
Therapy
Explain the dad lore.
We got an hour and a half to fill, brother. Tell us what you're talking about.
I don't want to do it. I hurt my mama's feelings.
Oh.
Oh, sorry,
Core
Mom.
memory.
Maybe.
Sorry, Mom.
How have you not made
Sorry,
that
Mom.
into a t-shirt yet?
Someone
Mom.
didn't get a
Yeah.
cake
It's
for their
going
birthday.
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't
Say,
get a cake
you've
for your
been talking
birthday
about-
1 year, did you?
You're trying to make me cry a little bit, aren't you? You're trying to.
No, but obviously we struck a nerve with that.
Yeah.
so-
I mean, I got a cake.
Didn't have a candle on it or your name or
Just didn't get my
icing or
I just didn't get my party.
Mm,
the party's in your heart, Joey.
yeah.
It's getting
Parties where you
weird.
make it.
If you've got a heart, then Gumby's a party. Is what I've always heard. So
Let's talk about the Warren Commission.
yes,
Get off of that topic.
I don't know what you're talking about. So the
Yeah.
Warren Commission was set up
all warm.
by LBJ, old LBJ.
Yeah. I bet he had birthday parties.
It's interesting how you can enunciate words differently, right?
BJ.
Uh-huh.
BJ.
A little BJ.
Linden.
Linden.
That's what you meant to say.
Linden.
Linden
Linden
Bridges,
BJ.
Johnson
Yes.
Town. Okay.
Linden Beatrice Johnson.
The vice president at the time.
not
who
his middle name.
Suddenly became what?
Beatrice. That's
Beatrice.
what I said.
What does it stand for, you
I
think?
don't know.
Yeah.
I looked at
Linden
it.
Bad Boy
I
Johnson.
looked at him and I said,
Linden Bad Boy
it's a
Johnson.
joke for just a few people.
You're good at those.
Linden and Blue JFK's brains out Johnson.
Oh,
There it is.
That's
Mm.
good.
golly. That's who to be honest with you, that's my number one.
Yeah, it's,
I think he's the
He's your
he
draft
did- he
pick.
he's
did-
the one nobody's paying attention
He's my
to.
draft pick. He didn't pull the trigger, but I
Yeah.
think he had the most to gain by.
I mean, the dude looked like an evil
Y'all
dude
wanna-
with the
y'all
blue
wanna-
glasses.
So
He did.
I don't trust
this
people with
is
black
where the
kind
meat
of glasses.
of it comes in for me.
Yeah.
This conversation right here.
Okay.
I've got the smoking gun.
There we go.
Y'all ready?
Is
Do
this
it.
is
This is the
Shrouded
video,
Reality's
'cause I'm about to
exclusive? It's
urinate.
not shot. We ain't done the video yet.
No, this is not a Shrouded Reality
Son,
exclusive.
okay.
It was actually an Alex Jones. That's where it started.
Okay.
So before everybody goes, "Bah, it's Alex Jones, it's not real." There, I will tag the video of the guy with his cassette from his grandfather, the actual tiny cassette in a recorder where he recorded it and showed it. This
Really?
is not digital. This
I haven't
is
even
not
seen,
AI.
I haven't even seen this.
This is-
I heard the video, but I heard the audio, but
Yes, this is not AI because I was even like, okay, yeah, it's AI. You can do whatever you want.
yeah.
But this is not AI.
So
He
this
brings
is-
it in, sets it down, hits play. It's recording through it.
Interesting.
Has the
who's
story.
talking in this? I wanna...
Why do you gotta ask
Billy
questions?
Billy Soul Estes, who was
you got
tight
names.
with him, and I can't remember the other something Carter. I can't
Tight
remember
with
his last name.
Tight with LBJ.
Yes, and they discussed that in this.
All right, here we go.
All right, you
Let it
ready?
rip.
I would say Shrouded Reality's exclusive,
But it's not.
It's
'cause
not.
If
But we're
that
bringing
would
it to people because
yeah,
Yeah.
we're bringing it to the people that don't know it.
Okay.
It's
rip.
exclusive to the people that don't know yet.
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch and go situation. Linda and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president. It's been hectic in every way, but we've lived through it this far. I guess we'll continue to do so. Lyndon should have never issued that order to Mike. But we've had our differences, and I'm a true blue to Lyndon, as I've always been, and tried to carry out every order that he's ever given me. But this is one I'll probably never be able to forget.
Who's Mac Wallace?
son.
Mac Wallace.
Apparently, he was hired to kill JFK.
He was hired to kill JFK with
Bye.
ties to the mob.
By
Hmm?
he was hired by
Lyndon B.
Lyndon B. Johnson,
According to this,
according
that's
to
what
that
it
guy.
was.
You know who killed? Name's blanking. Oswald. You know who killed Oswald?
Yeah.
Mob.
Mhm.
Ruby.
Jack Ruby.
Jack
Jack-
Ruby.
Jack
There it
Ruby.
is.
I mean, you look at a picture of Jack Ruby, it's like this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Hair slicked back,
Mhm.
got that chain on.
Has a
him.
couple of clubs.
Some nightclubs.
So he was from Chicago, and the only reason why he was in Dallas was because of his 2 nightclubs that were in there.
So why is this video not getting that much attention? That's a big deal.
Probably
I think
labeled
it- I think it-
disinformation.
well, because of who released it, it was
Alex,
Alex
Jones.
Jones, and then everybody's like, "Oh, it's Alex Jones. This dude's crazy," and
To me,
But-
this is the smoking gun.
it is. To me, it is too. The fact that 2 people, not Lyndon B. at all, are
Yeah.
having this conversation, and it's recorded,
Yeah.
and it's on a tiny little cassette. Now, could they be doing this to set something up? They could, I'm sure. It seems a little crazy, though, to me. Why would they do that? Why would they be like, all right, let's set Lyndon B. Johnson up generations down the line?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And it kind of sounds like this guy's like giving a confessional. Like he's
It
like,
does. It sounds
like,
like
I'm
he's
still
tore
with
he's
up.
like, I loved LBJ, but
I've done everything I
This-
can for
this
the guy,
sucks.
but this was the one that was too far for me.
What
And
if- What if LBJ got orders from someone else to give that order?
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I was
could've.
trying to get in with the.
But what if, and just
Star
hear
Wars
me out,
community.
well, just hear me out. What if somebody higher than the vice president and the person that told the vice president told them?
Jar Jar Binks.
It was Jar Jar Binks the
is
whole
a
time.
mastermind of taking
We
over the
mentioned
world.
Jar Jar Binks way more than I thought.
Yeah, we
would
need to
today.
we need to flash his face every single time we say it. Who's higher than the vice president other than the president?
So me and him was talking
Who
about it on
carries
the
the
ride
weight?
up.
Mhm.
The deep state. You don't know who the deep state is.
I think it's
That's what
people
makes
with
them the
most
deep
money.
state. Saying money got him.
Mhm. I
Talking
think-
about the military industrial complex that was pushed
Which
by
is-
LBJ.
I think
Which
it's
is
more
Operation
than, I think it's
Northwoods,
more than
100%.
that. I think it's more than that.
Really?
Saudi Arabians don't actually put all their net worth onto internet, because if they did, they would be far richer than the richest people that we know.
Yeah. Saudi is crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, Saudi Arabia, they're just oil money just pouring out of them.
I'm not saying
But-
they're the ones who did it, but
So you
I'm
say
saying
Saudi-
there's more people out there that don't.
So
Put
is
all
it
their money out
because,
there.
is it because he's shaking it up so much that the people even above, the president are saying, nah, gotta end it? Gotta end it for him? To you? Is that your thought process with that?
I think around that, yes.
Okay.
Because during the last 2 world wars, which was after that, and America's making money off the Cold War too.
Sure.
We were making money off World War I and World War II. What if someone who's making all that money from all the different wars, not just military-industrial complex, but people behind that,
I think the
all that
burden
into
of proof
place?
at that point is on you to figure out who that is. though.
Mhm.
Like
JP
that, like
That's
that,
the problem.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
that JP Morgans or the Halliburtons
Yeah,
or the
I mean, at that
Don Coors
point-
of the world.
And I'm not saying that that's not what's happening,
Mhm.
but finding that person, you're never going to do that.
They don't
Mm.
exist.
Yeah. I mean, you've got so much that you can't even be found out. You know what I mean? At that point.
Yeah. So you're saying maybe not a foreign entity, but maybe an internal, super rich, uber rich Jeff Bezos.
Who has no
Jeff Bezos
who
of
has
the
no
time.
nationality.
Mhm.
Maybe a
No
nationality.
nationality.
It's just
a rich ghost.
Just is. They just are.
exists.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was just so, there was just so many people motivated
Yeah. and that's-
politically and financially for JFK to be dead.
I think that you started messing with the financials of a CIA,
Yeah.
Who's already doing things they shouldn't be doing here.
Mhm.
They have no business doing anything within the confines of the U.S.
All right.
I mean, I saw today looking through, the CIA had in their Operation Mockingbird, they had a plant inside of Robert F. Kennedy's, who was the Attorney General at the
Mhm.
time.
Okay.
They had a plant inside of that house. This was in the
Document.
in
This
the
was released.
documents.
Interesting.
They had a plant in Robert F. Kennedy, was his secretary.
Yep.
So they were getting information straight from Robert Kennedy at this point too, who also, by the way, I don't know if y'all know, he dead.
Yeah, he got popped.
He got
shortly
popped
after, didn't he?
Yeah, in a very similar weird way.
Mhm.
Of one person shot, except there's bullets
I
coming from the
didn't look
backside
more
when
into-
this guy only shot from the front. I
Right.
mean, the whole deal.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad. I didn't look more into his brother's death either.
Yeah, his brother's death was,
Robert. Yeah.
it was
Mhm.
almost more
Conspiracy riddled.
riddled.
Mhm.
If you look at his son, RFK, he is very vocal about that conversation.
Yeah.
And he knows the story inside and out, and it's
Yeah.
pretty clear.
Mhm.
If your last name's Kennedy, golly, you better be ducking.
Yeah.
I mean, because they ain't playing.
Yeah. Even his son had a weird death.
Everybody's had a weird death. If your last name's Kennedy, I mean, look at this other dude's voice. What'd they do to him?
Shit.
Put a worm in his brain.
Yeah, they did something.
They shot him with a worm gun.
Dude can rack out some push-ups though.
Hey, he can. He's strong.
Oh.
He got the power of a worm.
Yeah.
Got that worm strength.
I was
Uh,
going somewhere with that. I don't remember where it
wow.
was. Started talking
So-
about worm strength.
So let's just recap. Not a ton of groundbreaking information came out of this, like we
No.
hoped. We hoped,
Like
like
we've stumbled all
we
across
hoped,
this
like-
episode.
because nothing came out of it.
Yeah.
Like we hoped that when Trump signed the executive order, he was going to release everything. It's like, oh, we're finally going to get the truth. But I feel like it's dirtier now than it was before it was released.
Mhm.
I think that
We've
might
got
be the
we've got
point,
some
though.
information now, but you good, Connor?
I'm good.
So he's
Magic
whacking,
bullet.
whacking his mic over there.
Can't say that.
Can't say that. Sorry, Mama. Yeah. So it just. Do you think that's part of the game? That
Are you saying
just,
Trump's in on it?
that they just no.
I don't think it's Trump. I think it's someone else that's making it.
Yeah, the CIA,
Because
whoever's in control
you can
of all
tell
this.
CIA's more rogue from the government than from the government now than like just Trump giving them orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they're clearly taking orders from someone else.
So going back to the USAID and the
Oh, yeah,
that other
good
big
time.
word Why is everybody so mad about us digging into this USAID? Is that set up that way? Is the media telling us you need to be mad at this, so then people are protesting in the streets over it? And if that's the case, who's the person saying, make this a thing? Why is that? Because that's the funding arm of the CIA at this point.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. And they're going and spreading America to the world, which.
Who's the CIA director now?
I think Trump just put one in. I don't remember his name, but I think Trump just put one in.
No, the FBI director is Patel.
What if USAID was a legal way to money launder?
I mean, that's what they're doing, I think. I mean, 100%, I think that's what they're doing. They're
but
money
for
laundering for themselves. They're being funded through these operations that way. Look at Iran-Contra. I mean, they were doing that during that too. John Ratcliffe. I think Trump put him in. So we could see some shifting going on in that.
Weird clicking this link, CIA.gov.
You're good.
Yeah, no.
Dude, they can't even operate in the U.S. You're fine.
Put me on a list.
They can't even operate here, so you're good, I think. We just lost a Connor, by the way. I don't know what's up. He just dipped out.
He's about ready to wrap up.
Were we?
I like it.
Yeah, I feel like we probably should. This is going to be a short one of these episodes, but...
Which I'm surprised. I thought there'd be more.
More what?
Well, we've already covered the actual, everything else before.
Yeah, we did a 2-parter on the actual event. So.
Yeah, so it's kind of like...
And there wasn't a ton of information that was released. So
it really wasn't. It's kind of tough to have this conversation. Now we're just throwing out weird Jar Jar Binks theories. So it's kind of hard to jump off from anything because it's just a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that, and nothing's really firm. And
didn't really learn a lot.
To me, I think it's more of a CIA episode just in itself because of all of the things that have been released about them. One thing I would like to say is, why is it that every president since Obama has been saying, we're going to release the JFK files. We're going to release them. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And every single time somebody pops up and like, no, can't do it. Why?
I think it's kind of like the alien things. Like almost every single president up to Clinton was doing all that. They were saying, we'll release stuff on aliens, and then they never do.
Yeah, well, now we're talking about it, and I don't believe them. So
that's the whole point.
Yeah, I think that could be the whole point.
Yeah,
that fishing line just keeps getting longer.
We're just messing with our minds.
We're just tainted
every day.
All of us.
Like nothing's real, nothing's true.
You're losing it, Joey. You're losing it.
I told you last week. I'm on the edge of reality here.
He's gonna take his hat off, and his third eye is just gonna blink.
Fall out.
It's just hard to know what to believe, hard to know what to listen to.
It's about to get worse.
It's going to get really worse for us when we dig into 9/11.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Because you're going to get all these people like, don't question it, dude.
Not that, just in my own mind.
Well, you're going to be fighting the
narrative. You're not old enough to know.
Exactly.
You're not old enough to. I mean, you were not alive at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you don't know, but at the same time, that was living through that was weird. I was very young, and I remember all of that very, very strongly.
Yeah, so I just went to I can't tell what it was, but it was a 9/11 memorial type thing.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel sitting in it?
I felt different now that my beliefs are changing, and I know things like Operation Northwood existed.
Do we want to dig into that at all? He was asking about
this episode.
Yeah.
No, let's give it its own episode.
Give it its own thing?
Yeah, it needs its own episode.
Just to prep everybody, look it up. It's in the archives. Just type in Operation Northwoods. You want to be prepped for this a little bit because of the significance I think it holds in just history in general.
Yeah.
One person said no is the only reason it didn't happen then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CIA, I think they're trying to make it where it's hard to believe itself, too.
Yeah.
There was a thing going around the conspiracy theory world, Operation Sunstreak. I told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much talking about the process of remote viewing. It's like the whole Stranger Things 11 seeing different things.
Was it that or Stargate? I think it was Stargate.
The remote viewing thing?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was different.
Well,
I think there were multiple.
There's probably multiples, yeah.
I read the CIA like straight from CIA.gov, the whole operation behind that.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much the whole process of talking about remote viewing. It's really hard to believe that. Like
Mhm.
the
That's
idea of
possibility.
yeah.
Well, we may be keying up a new episode by you saying that
Mhm.
that Joey's been talking to me about for a while. About some of that remote
Telepathy.
viewing and some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The telepathy tapes.
Like
I'm super like skeptical of it.
mhm.
You need to listen. Need to listen to it.
I've got to listen
Let's
to
do
it.
it first,
I'm,
and then-
I'm saying I'm skeptical because it just
Yeah.
seems crazy. But
But
Yeah,
I was
mean,
gonna say that's how I am. Like it could be believable, but the CIA is talking about it like it's nothing.
right.
So it could just be they're out there to throw us off.
Sure.
What's real and what's not.
Old Saab.
Throw out just the craziest
Mhm.
of things, and it's like, oh, this is real. So if you
Yeah.
believe this, anything else we say
Well,
is
it numbs you. I mean, if you say just crazy things all the time, eventually when something that you would think was crazy before
Mhm.
doesn't seem that crazy anymore.
Like I thought about that whole the archive thing with the Operation Sunstreak. And I was like, I kind of believe that, you know. But then talking about it today, it's like there's a lot of things CIA's done that you can't really believe.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that they say you can't believe. So why should I believe this?
Yeah, because this whole JFK thing, they lied through and through from beginning to end.
Oh yeah,
Lying through
from
their
the start.
Yeah.
teeth. This is real.
Yeah,
Well, they lied and said that only one person took a shot, and there's just no way.
no,
Mm.
Sorry.
no.
I mean, that's been proven, I think, numerous different times.
yeah, I don't think anybody believes except for AI. AI believes it.
Well, why do
Never
they
held-
believe it?
It's never held a
AI,
gun.
AI
yet.
believes what it was told.
Yeah, because it's just as good as its inputs. I
Yeah.
mean, it can't output anything different than what it's been input at this point.
Yeah, all it
And the
knows.
fact that it even gives the CIA at all goes to prove that the CIA was already doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing
Mhm.
for it to even think that they could have possibly been involved.
Yeah.
There's something to that.
Hope everybody else is as confused as we are, because
I feel like we just stumbled on ourselves
Yeah.
through this entire episode.
Oh yeah.
that's how they want it to be.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, I
what
guess
they
it
want.
is. I just
That's it. I'm factory resetting. Harvey did it. No one else was involved.
Yeah.
that's right.
I'm sleeping well at night.
We're not,
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere. We're just going straight to sleep now.
Yeah, that's right.
Never factory reset.
Took the red pill, and now we can't go back, Connor. Sorry, you can't do it, buddy.
No falling out of
If
it.
you're
at
on
this
this
point.
show,
Plug me back in.
you've red pilled a long time ago.
Yep.
Well, thanks to our listeners for listening. Jackson, thanks for coming in, brother.
You're
Yep.
welcome. Hope I made everyone as confused as I am.
Yep. But for Connor, Steven, Joey, and Jackson, thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.